Hi guys, welcome to Shot4Shot. My name's Butter.
My name's Kurt.
I'm Morgan.
And I'm...
And we are bringing you another review of one of the big movies of the summer, Baby Driver. Woo! We have been very excited.
Yes.
If you were one of two diehard fans who have been who knows that we've been talking about this movie for some time. This is the penultimate, this is the top of the mountain. This is our review of Baby Driver,
Yes.
and we have nothing but amazing things and spoiler-free things to say about the movie.
Yeah, you
Spoiler
always
free
say that, and you're
according
the
to
one who
Tyler.
spoils it.
No,
As much as I hate when we do videos, we're like, we can't all love the movie. Like, no, I think everyone really loved the
we
movie.
try. We
Everyone
usually,
who sees
awesome.
this is gonna love this
but we
movie.
usually
Yeah.
try to be like, all right, one of us has to hate it, but like honestly, like there is nothing like. Okay, AJ.
You'll love every second of this.
No, I was just trying to think of a good car pun.
Yeah, right.
Really? I was gonna say.
It was
I gonna
it was
say, hey
metal
guys,
to
hey
the
guys,
metal.
Tread lightly, because tired.
No, because that's more of like. No.
Didn't make me want to Pontiac. Yeah?
That was a little.
All right, what AJ? What I thought of the movie, I thought it was really good. I've been waiting for this movie for so long. I've been looking at Edgar Wright's Instagram, like waiting for like when he was buying records and when he was doing photo shoots to find locations.
I mean, he's been working on this
Like-
movie for like 3 years. Even on
Yeah.
like some of the Sundances, he's been like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm working on this movie that's just about music." And
Yeah,
we're like,
he-
all right, what?
Yeah, and he's like one of those directors that shares what he's doing while he's doing. Like James Gunn is doing that right now. He's writing Volume 3, and he keeps sharing like his days, what he's doing, what he gets.
He
his
did the two
music.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, he posted a video just today, like him listening to music. So it's like I wonder if that song's gonna be in there. Regardless, but no, I thought the movie was really good. Everything is super important. One of the things that I really like about movies is, especially Edgar Wright movies, is they have replay value. So you can watch the movie over and over and over again. And sometimes, like, I hear you guys talking about your favorite scenes in the movie, and I'm like, I don't remember that part at all. So I'm like, I gotta go see this movie again, and I have no problem spending like $14 to go see it again. You know?
Yeah, this is one of the movie I would love to see again, because every time you watch it, you're gonna get a little bit more from it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like kind of every
Every
other
time.
Edgar Wright movie. Like the movie
Yeah.
began, and we were watching the scene where he's like walking down the street, and a song was playing while it was going, and you would look in the background of it, and there would be a bunch of like graffiti words or like street signs or anything like
Yeah.
that like corresponded to the song that was playing.
Yeah, that was a really good
The
part.
lyrics of the song, yeah, and then like he also was like a caretaker to this one guy, and even like a part of the song was a piano, and you would see a picture of a piano like in the background, or
Oh,
like
shoot.
it would like cut again, and it would be
Oh, that's
like
pretty cool.
a couple records on a table that had a keyboard on it when a piano was playing.
Oh, I
So, like,
didn't
that
even
movie-
see. Like,
yeah,
there
it's,
you go.
like,
I didn't even
super-
notice that.
Super
yeah.
like along with every other Edgar Wright movie.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
not only like a director that is has vision. He's a writer too, and I'm sure he has a huge fucking hand in editing, because
Yeah.
a lot of his stuff is like visual pacing.
Oh, yeah.
and comedy.
Super on point. You know.
But I mean, for you folks at home, there's literally something happening every second of that movie. Like literally, I don't know where to look. Like especially the scene Kurt's talking about, without giving away. There's a song playing, and you're just swept into this world, and you have no idea what's like. It's just so overwhelming. And it's just you forget all these other. There's so much stuff going on because he has planned this movie for so long, 20 years, I think. I've heard right.
I wouldn't be surprised because it feels like he
Okay,
made
maybe
a
like
nuts-
15 years. My facts might be wrong. I apologize.
Sure.
He
I think
did a
you're
lot.
thinking of Avatar too.
We're all one Avatar too.
Avatar, born and
But this is a movie he's
Avatar
definitely been
with
wanting.
these guys.
He's been wanting to make for a while.
Yeah. It's just he didn't feel skilled enough to do it.
Because everyone's like, oh, you did all these other movies, but it's like, what does that have to do with like your style? But it really takes that like heist, that like
Yeah.
bank robber, like that action movie genre. Like
Yeah.
fuck Fast and the Furious. All these scenes were real, dude. They all fucking like
all
yes, there might have been some
stunts. They're
CGI,
beautiful.
but it's not fucking jumping a car from a building to building.
Yeah.
It's all real.
Realistic driving, you
Yes.
can see.
Yeah.
Take that, Paul Walker.
Yeah. Oh. Ooh, you made me get real excited for something sad.
So what do you think, Morgan?
So I love the movie. I, like everyone else, love Edgar Wright movies.
Yeah.
My favorite scene, though, was not giving anything away. This one scene where they include the dam's neat.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah, that seems
Literally-
pretty cool. With Flea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the flea.
Yeah.
So good. And someone else, I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
It's a great scene. And just how they make the music literally go with how they want the theme of the scene to be shot. Not just that. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say the gunshots. There's this one part, too, later on, where the beat of it literally is to gunshots. And, like, they're
Yeah.
I
cocking
love it.
the
It's
gun.
so
Snare.
good.
Yeah, it was Oh my god, like that
So
was my
cool.
favorite takeaway scene of the entire movie. Like, let me see more of that.
If we can say one thing, it's like the other thing was like, oh, there's something happening every second. Also, you hear something like from the beginning of the movie, you hear exactly what the main character hears, and you're put into this world where
That
it's like
was so cool.
you like okay, he has tinnitus, so he hears a ringing. So the reason what you see this in the trailer, the reason he plays music is to block out the tinnitus because of an accident he
I'm in
had
the
when he was
drum.
younger. Yes. But anytime he doesn't have music, anytime the background music is going, there's always a slight ring to it, which still makes you put in that world where you're like, okay, I feel exactly what Baby's feeling. You know?
So
Yeah.
funny story. Literally that day we saw him, Kurt and I saw Baby Driver. My coworker and I were talking about tinnitus.
Mhm.
Didn't know what the fuck that was. She explained
Oh,
to
really?
me. We saw the.
Do you not watch Archer?
I've seen Archer.
That's a
big thing in
I
Archer.
totally forgot it was an Archer, but in the movie I wouldn't expect it to be a thing. And we were watching it, and I was like, oh my god, we were just talking about this today.
Yeah.
But
so
it-
you gotta get better understanding of the
Better
movie.
understanding, but also I went back to work the next day, and I was like, everyone, you need to fucking see this movie. I don't care what genre movie you like. I had to suggest it to everybody because there's something everybody would like. Like my manager, who's a straight-laced dude,
All
my
ages,
coworker who's
everyone.
a nerd. Like anyone could find something they like about this movie, which is what I loved about it.
Yeah.
And again, from the beginning to the end, this movie gets you fucking gripped. I mean, like he spent so long working on the ending, and you really see it. It really shows. Like I personally think that this is his opus. I can't wait to see what he does from here. I really can't. Like I think he can't get better. But you know what? Every time I watch one of his movies, and if you don't believe me, watch one of his movies because every time, Space, his TV show, everything, it's better and better and better.
Yeah.
Yes, World's End is not better than the first two, but
It's a well-written
It was pretty
movie.
good.
Still,
I mean,
it was
for
good.
what it was,
Alright.
good.
yeah.
So I
wouldn't
think
pay to see it.
speaking of like things, I usually like the script of something.
Mhm.
It could take you in or out of a movie. So when it has a solid script, or it's trying to convey a certain tone or anything like that, I really like that. The one thing that I really took away from Baby Driver that I would tell anybody is I think it's supposed to be like a modern day, like kind of like, you know how they do modern day Romeo and Juliet. I feel like it was almost like a modern day like
Shakespeare.
rebel without a cause type style.
Okay.
Everyone
okay.
kind of talks like quick, fast.
Yeah.
You know what you got, and they're all characters, and the boom, bam, boom, and it kind of like keeps the music like, because Baby really likes like kind of older school music.
Yeah. he does.
And his tempo is always like kind of upbeat, bam, 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 and that's how everybody talks. Like I love how Kevin Spacey talks in that movie. I love the way Jamie Foxx talks in that movie. The way Deborah talks in that movie to Baby is like so adorable, but it's like that 1950s love that you kind of remember. So it's really it's very nostalgic while still being current day. It's weird. I love.
There
how
was
the
a cool
script-
thing in like the trailers where it's like, oh, you didn't really know what time period it was. Even like there's a scene where
Yeah.
Baby and the mom, you're like, wait a minute, like what time period are we in? And this, where I'm like, this movie could have been made any time.
Well, the iPods kind of
Speaking
give it away.
Yeah, well, yeah, the iPods give it away. There was a
Okay,
bunch of different.
but-
There was a bunch of different generations, but I thought also kind of speaking of Archer too, it kind of gave me that vibe as well. Kind of piggybacking off what you're saying is like this could be literally any kind of era. There wasn't
Anytime.
such very super defining other than the iPod stuff. Like this is the time of year it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
it could,
2
it
Chainz.
could have been 2000. It could have been 2010.
2 Chainz.
Also could have been. There's a lot of very classic
From the Jewels.
vibes
Yeah.
from the movie.
Yeah,
for
no,
sure.
it's super. It gives off that vibe.
A warning for our viewers and our fans. I literally bought the soundtrack the day
Oh,
after
yeah,
seeing
yeah,
it the second time, and I have been driving to it
Yeah.
numerous times.
So
I,
all of our drivers out there, watch out for
be
butter.
careful because Edgar Wright really did his job, and he
Yeah.
picked the soundtrack
Solid.
that was solid for like a fucking driving movie, and it really puts me like, yes, not every song is great,
Yeah.
but it's more of like it puts you in that feel. It puts you really in like the era, like the scene, and like the really cool thing about the soundtrack is it's 142 minutes. It's the whole movie from beginning to end, so it's like it really makes you remember the whole movie.
Yeah, and
which
that's
is cool.
That says something about the movie as well too. It's like
Yeah.
it's just a constant soundtrack, you know. So nobody does that. Usually there's a soundtrack and a score.
If you're a
But
fan of music,
What's
please.
that one Zach Braff thing where he's like, oh, directors basically pick the music for the viewers, basically to build exactly what the movie should be in
Yeah.
Garden State or something.
I was gonna
or
say either
Scrubs.
Garden State or Scrubs, and that's the only two things they're really known
Probably
for.
But
Garden
that's
State,
literally the
yeah.
only two things that he's like directed though.
He was a monkey in something. He was
Was
a
he?
monkey.
I
Ah,
was gonna say, is he in Oz?
okay.
Oh, that's weird.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
There we go. That intro.
that was my
Got it.
impression of the intro to Oz. Anyway, back to what we're saying. I really think that like it's this movie is gonna be seen by a wide variety of people, and not everyone's gonna see it at first. But I think this movie over generations people finally love and appreciate. Like with Rotten Tomatoes, yes, this is probably one of the highest rated movies on Rotten Tomatoes this year, which means you should see it
Yeah.
because half the movies that Rotten Tomatoes has been given props to have been amazing because they really have.
Yeah, they've been pretty good.
Yeah,
accurate.
before we saw it was like at a 98% with like 123 views.
Dude,
Yeah.
reviews.
it's
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
solid 96 right now.
Pretty
It-
fucking high.
And
well,
with,
because with more people watching it,
98.
it can't be perfect.
and honestly, with most of Edgar Wright's movies, the reason why you haven't really heard of him is because he works on his own personal projects. He was working on Ant-Man for so long, but he couldn't do it, so he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna make a new movie. I'm gonna work on this movie I've been working on for ages, which was Baby Driver." And like he was really not around when Rotten Tomatoes was big. Yeah, it might have been a thing, but it wasn't what it is like the giant it is today.
Yeah, where
like,
everyone like goes to
like
that
people say,
border.
"I don't want to see Baywatch because it got a shitty review."
And they even put that shit in like trailers, like guaranteed fresh.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah. It's like putting a label on a cereal, like,
Yeah.
you know, approved.
Free.
But what you were saying, like talking about the history of Edgar Wright and what he's doing and stuff. The thing too is like this is one of his first movies that he's done, aside from Scott Pilgrim, where it's like a totally original. He wrote it, everything like that, but without the Cornetto people. So none of them are in it. And
I was really
that's
surprised.
something
I thought
a
Nick
lot of
Frost
people, Yeah,
would.
a lot of people will go because they're like, oh, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are in it. It has to be good, and they go see it. But this was something that had nothing to do with any of those types of people.
Mhm.
It was like mostly American actors, and he still knocks it out of the park. So it's like almost proving like, hey, like I can do it all. And I think that's what. Yeah, and I think that's why if you're an Edgar Wright fan, then you see this and you're like, yeah, dude, what else can anything else you're gonna do? It's like you can't do wrong. Like adaptations, not like like IPs or whatever. He has it all and he can do it. And I'm excited to see his next project. So
He has
like
four
new
movies already
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
scheduled for like release, not release, but like
Of his own, or
Most of them he's
most of them they are.
Some of them are
they're
adaptations.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, he's also
based off of.
was paid to be a director.
But still, it's like
Yeah.
like Scott
No way.
Pilgrim.
Put his own- he'll put his
Scott
own-
Pilgrim.
I was gonna say Scott Pilgrim's great. He had
What?
the basis for it.
What?
We all
That's
know
like-
I love me
it was
some
great,
Scotty
but-
P.
Oh man, I saw that movie.
Okay.
I own it. Still watch it a lot.
So of course we all loved it. We all loved it. But I think that we need to give our final like our approval. Like why do they need to go see it, AJ? Why do our viewers?
What I will best
You need to
example
pay
I can
money.
give is I was talking to my dad actually yesterday, and I was like, hey, have you seen? I asked him because he loves heist movies. He's the one who showed me Heat,
Ooh.
which is one you said one of the movies. that
One
he
of the
was inspired
5
by.
movies that actually
Yeah.
was inspired by.
So, and we used to watch that movie all the
Oh,
time,
yeah,
which is
they
weird.
mentioned Heat
I don't
in
know why we
the
watched it
fucking
all the time,
movie,
but
too.
we watched it. But I was talking to my dad, and he's like, "Oh, I'll see if it's on this like pirating thing or whatever." And I was like, "No, you gotta watch it in theaters. Like, it's so good. You have to hear like the bass and the cars like revving up and the burning tires and everything like that. It's definitely a movie you gotta see in theaters. You cannot miss it in theaters. It's like Hardcore Henry. If you watch it at home, it's still okay, but if you don't watch
No,
it,
but you're right.
But
It's like Dread.
it's a completely different experience, and I love going to the movies. But if you're one of those people like, oh, wait for it on DVD, don't.
Don't.
Do not.
Don't.
Like definitely go see it in theaters.
Don't be one of the people that miss it. You know
It's
what I
worth
mean?
anything you gotta pay for it.
Miss Morgan?
My takeaway is if you like really good music,
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
a solid soundtrack.
fucking see this movie.
It's like Guardians. Reminds me of like
Not even just Guardian. I mean, that's probably one of the most recent movies that has one of the best soundtracks. But it
Yeah.
just, if
The
you
love
just
of music
appreciate
in this.
anything, yeah, just love the music. Just like I really love any movie that makes me feel a certain way because of music. Fucking see this.
Yeah.
It has a reason for everything. Like Tyler said, it's literally the entire fucking movie. You can listen to the soundtrack, figure out kind of what's going on.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It
Just,
sets the
and it's
tempo and the
shot
mood.
awesomely. Just, I don't know. Just see it.
It's a gorgeous.
Like
movie.
AJ said, see it in theaters too.
Yeah,
you can't see it
miss
at home.
You can't miss it.
It's
beautiful. You
different.
see another city like Atlanta. You never see Atlanta ever, but
Yeah.
it's shot
Okay,
so
yeah,
well.
okay, that did annoy me though that it was in Atlanta. Everything's in
We
fucking
thought it was
Atlanta.
LA. Like, how's it
Yeah, I
going?
was like, come on, that's gonna be in
Okay,
LA.
that's
And I was
cool.
like, We're not.
Anyway, okay, Kurt.
That was my downfall.
Mr. Kurt.
Okay, so doing my patented
Yes!
two-scale system.
Oh, here it comes.
Okay, so it's two-scale system. One
Yes.
scale being 1 to 5,
Okay.
from movie to film, 5 being film.
Yes.
And the second scale, 1 to 5 as well, from bad to good, 5 being good. I think I'm going to give it the perfect score of a...
You're about to be mesmerized. It's here. It's wild. It's sweeping the nation. It's Fushigi!
Fushigi. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's the coolest thing ever, and I can do it.
4-5. A lot of people might think that 5-5 is the best score a movie can get. However, it is a very good film. There's a lot of comedy in it as well, and it's also just a really fucking awesome movie.
And
so
the action
4-5.
builds. Yeah.
So I'm gonna take you. What I always like to do a unique one. So I'm gonna take you to the. We're in the jungle. Settings of jungle, and you're hunting something. You would say a horrible beast is here, and as a prize is worth this hide is. So you see rustling in the bushes, and all of a sudden you see a dodo come out. And the reason why a dodo, because this movie was so amazing. And no, a dodo, not a dodrio or do. Oh.
You good? Go on.
No. I want to start this over. A Pegasus. Can I say a Pegasus? A Pegasus! A Pegasus comes out of the bushes. And you're like, could it possibly be a Pegasus? And yes, it is a fucking Pegasus from beginning, from tail to horn. It is a fucking Pegasus. This is probably the best movie I've seen this year in the last 5 years. From beginning to end, from horn to tail, Pegasus. Thank you. This is Pegasus. Unicorn. Sorry, this is unicorn. This is a unicorn movie.
Every mammal you could think of
For
that's
every
mystical.
mammal that's so this is a unicorn movie because it's so majestical, it's so out there, and so out of the blue, but it is
bright,
meant to
vibrant.
be. And you know what? It is amazing.
Go see
Yes.
it. What are you doing watching us?
Stop it! Anyway, thank you for tuning in. This is Shot4Shot's review of Baby Driver. Hopefully, please tell us in the comments. I was Butter,
I was Kurt.
I'm Morgan.
And I was AJ.
and this was our review. Thank you very much, guys. Tell us what you think.
Just running away.